Serious conversations are in order as Arsenal pick up a 1-0 victory at the Emirates over Shakhtar Donestsk. A game going into it where a lot of people thought we'd be comfortable, a lot of people think we'd be cruising. However, ended up being a bit more difficult than a lot of us thought for. We'll recap the game and talk more about it next. And so what do you think about that first half, though, even though it was a tricky start?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
So yes, people, without further ado, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. On this channel, I have all sorts of Arsenal content here on this channel, whether you like fan content, I have player analysis, player breakdown, post-match reviews and analysis, as well as match predictions and analysis as well going into the games. Without further ado, if you like anything Arsenal, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the family. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Firstly, I want to talk about the lineup selection. Now, going into the game, there was a lot of interest. Does Saka come back into the team? What does Timber come back into the team? A lot of people figured it wouldn't, especially resting Luton for a big game coming up on the weekend against Liverpool on Sunday. Arteta was probably not going to take any risk. However, we did see Trossard start back at the 10 with Martinelli as well. Jesus coming in on the right-hand side, as well as Kai Havertz going in up top. And I think that lineup on paper looked pretty well. Looked like it should have been decent enough, give us the creativity and give us the fluidity we needed. And ultimately, in the first half, the fluidity and the creativity in the opening first, I think, 10 to 15 minutes, it was there. Arsenal was playing the ball well, keeping the ball really, really well. Ben White was combining a lot with Jesus. I think for me, I think the only criticism I give a player like Jesus, to me, who I thought I had a really pretty decent game today, I wish he was a bit more dynamic. I wish, because I felt like every single time he got it, he was coming back inside onto that. I like him to take on his player a little bit more. And the times he did take on the wing back, he beat him and he looked really, really impressive doing it. One time he spun him 360 and put in a good cross. So I think Jesus, I think that's the only fluidity issue I talk about, other than the next thing I'm going to talk about. The goal we did score comes from Calafiori playing the ball in, through the space into Declan Rice, who drives with the ball, takes initiative, finds Martinelli out wide, cuts inside, has a shot, hits off the post, and goes in off the goalkeeper. And before that, I was saying to myself and saying out loud to the people I was watching the game with, Arsenal are just lacking that little bit of individual quality on the ball. No, I think has a lot to do with missing a player like Odegaard and Saka, who knit the game together so well. And clearly a lot of fans did not appreciate that star level of quality. However, what fans are right to say is the quality level should not drop off significantly, especially creativity-wise. And I think this midfield, I think we can all see it, and this is the conversation I want to talk about. We're missing a profile similar to Odegaard, but we have it on the bench in Nwaneri. And the team is screaming for it. And I know Arteta is a bit hesitant to play the player. This is the same thing that happened with Phil Foden at Man City. Everyone was rushing to put him in the team, put him in the team, put him in the team, put him in the team. I know ultimately I understand you want to protect the player. You want to give the player grace. You don't want to fill his head either. You don't want to fill that ego and fill that part of a player. But at the same time, profile-wise for this midfield, you cannot go wrong with a player like Ethan Nwaneri. I think when he does come on, he does have the ability to pick up the ball on the half turn and drive with the spaces. And I think a lot of the time, our game is missing that. Where we don't create a lot of clear-cut chances on a consistent basis, like pepper someone's goal, is because we miss the tempo and the rhythm setter in the team. Now, yes, we have Thomas Partey in there who's good at kind of setting the rhythm, but that's in the first phase of play. Final third phase of play, we miss that rhythm and tempo setter. And I think Nwaneri has the ability to do that, but Arteta is someone who sees him day in, day out, probably doesn't trust that decision making for him to play consistently in a top level midfield. Not just yet, I should say. But hopefully Nwaneri gets a bit more in the team, or hopefully Odegaard comes back soon, because I think this midfield is crying out desperately for a rhythm setter and a tempo setter. Also, too, the team is probably crying out for a left-footed set-piece taker, and you can see where we missed Saka today. I saw Trossard today hitting left-footed corners. So, I mean, we're clearly missing a lot that our right-hand side with Saka and Odegaard provide us with. And I think that was probably the biggest takeaways for me from this game. Second biggest takeaways definitely is what happens with this defense. Ben White comes off at halftime with a yellow card. Me and KP were talking after the game. He said it could potentially be a bit of precaution. For me, I think Ben White didn't look fit at all. Well, to his normal standards, I think he's still probably getting himself back up to speed, back up to fitness. And picking up that yellow card showed it, because the yellow card he picked up when he grabbed the fella by the neck, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. Now, I know a lot of that game he was doing a lot of recovery runs, but I think that goes down to the fact that he's not fully fit. And with Ricardo Calafiori going down with a nasty looking injury, hopefully that's not long term either, because since he's came into the team, he's made that left back position his position. So, we have Timber potentially, we're unknown on that timeline. I think he will be back for the Liverpool game, as well as Ben White potentially not being up to full fitness. And no Calafiori going down with a little bit of a niggle and an injury. Yes, we have Zinchenko back, but I think everyone could be and could come to terms and say that they'd rather have a Calafiori than a Zinchenko. No disrespect to Zinchenko, but I think that level and the physicality and that presence is a bit better in what Calafiori provides us with. But ultimately, nonetheless, a lot of good performances. Martinelli had a really good game today as well. Gabriel Jesus played well. Kai Havertz, I don't know why he didn't take the penalty. I think he should have taken the penalty that Trossard took. Trossard today had a really, really difficult game. A lot of stuff he was trying did not come off. Yes, I know he was switching a lot of positions, and he was going from the right to the middle to the left, from the left to the right to the, you know what I mean. Him and the front line was switching all over. But I just think he's missing that little bit of spark, and I don't know if that potentially the penalty was to help him, but him missing it kind of also could also affect that. But yeah, I think Kai Havertz should have took that penalty. I think he would have buried it, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter as we got 3 points nonetheless. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna close out the match review here. My man of the match will be Gabriel Martinelli. Videos on the channel coming up soon on Liverpool and previewing that Liverpool game is going to be a massive game at the Emirates again, as we're back home again before we go on a long road streak on the consecutive games on the road. So yes, it's going to be a massive one. Let me know in the comment section down below what you do lineup wise. Would you like to see Wanyeri come in? Does that midfield strike a balance? Are you concerned with the injuries that we've been picking up recently? Let me know in the comment section down below all your thoughts on this game and the upcoming Liverpool game in the comment section down below. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.